What's going on, y'all? Today's show, Dolphins training camp battles to watch. Monday, the day that the Dolphins are putting on the pads, and football is getting a little bit closer. So if you're excited for some Dolphins football, what I want you to do right now is hit that subscribe button. We're going to be keeping you up to date news, rumors, and here at Chat Sports Shows, we make sure that you're involved. So make sure you're the entire time you're going down in the comments and interacting with us. The first position battle, if you will, that I'm going to talk about is which linebacker is going to be that every down, if you will, the captain of that defense. Is it going to be Raekwon McMillan or is it going to be Jerome Baker? So what I want you all to do right now is get those votes coming in. If it's going to be Baker, type JB. If you think it's going to be Raekwon, type RM. This Miami Dolphins team, they went out and got a Kyle Van Noy, who is going to play that edge rusher position, but he's also going to fill in here and there, I believe, as a linebacker as well. So, Baker, McMillan, scroll on down and let me know. But when you look at Baker's last two seasons, and we'll get into McMillan's as well, he was able to play 16 games. However, in 2018, he did take a little bit of a back seat to McMillan, so it's going to be very, very interesting to see if a player who, as you can see, had 126 tackles, perhaps takes a back seat to a player who was on his way to having another 100-tackle season, however, did get banged up a little bit. The bottom line is this: if you're a Miami Dolphins fan, you have to be very, very excited about the future, about the defense, because McMillan, Baker, they're going to be some serious, serious players that offensive coordinators are going to have to worry about. Let's now go to the running back position. Matt Breida, Jordan Howard is where I'm really going to focus here. Miami in the offseason, they were like, we need to be able to improve our running game because Ryan Fitzpatrick's getting older, and we know that quarterback Tua is going to be the future here. So Jordan Howard, Matt Breida, two totally different running backs. Who's going to be the lead dude, though? Who at the end of the season, you're looking at the stat sheet, and you're like, that was the best running back on our team. If you think it's going to be Jordan Howard, type JH. If you think it's going to be Matt Breida, type MB. The running back that I'm going to start off with that I think is going to be the better, more dynamic running back for this offense, I'm going to go with Matt Breida. He signed a one-year deal worth $3.3 million, but he has averaged 5.1 yards per carry when you look at the last two seasons. Second fastest running back in Madden, because I do look at the comments. Y'all always hit me up with that one. Breida, though, is the more dynamic running back. He's going to be the guy that's going to be able to also catch the football, which for this offense, I do think is going to be very important. Now, I'm not trying to take anything away from Jordan Howard, but for me, my offense, I do want Breida on the field. Howard, even though he did sign a 2-year deal worth $9.8 million, if Breida plays better than he does this upcoming season, you can move on from him, cut him next offseason, and it's not going to cost you anything. When it comes down to it, if it's like 3rd and 1, 4th and 1, or goal to go, look for Jordan Howard to come on the field. However, I do anticipate them splitting it maybe 60% with Breida, 40% with Jordan Howard when you look at the main attempts here. But another position battle that I'm watching. Holy shirts and pants. Can you guys name the movie? Throw it in there. Seriously, though, this is the best deal that I was able to find today. You can save $15 or 30% off on this t-shirt and pants combo. All you got to do is go to chatsports.com/Dolphins combo. I will put that link in the description. It will also be in the comments section. I don't know about you. I've been staying indoors a lot. My t-shirts, my pajama pants, they've been getting ripped up. Now take advantage of this deal. Again, comments, description, chatsports.com/Dolphins combo. So today's video is all around position battles. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this question that you see on screen the pinned comment. Mitch, what does that mean exactly? That means for those of you that are watching this video on YouTube, you're going to get hit with an ad break. While you're getting hit with that ad break, I want you to scroll on down and let me know which Dolphins position battle excites you the most. Let's get into today's show, Dolphins training camp battles to watch. If you're watching this on the main Chat Sports channel, you're a little bit late, and I've already put 2 extra position battles to watch at the link that you see below, youtube.com/Dolphins News, where we put out news, rumors. So if you're a diehard fan that always chants fins up, that's the channel that you need to go to. But since this is our main Chat Sports channel, I know the position that everyone's going to be talking about and looking at, the quarterback position. Who is going to win the starting quarterback job? Is it going to be Ryan Fitzpatrick? the team MVP last season? Or is it going to be Tua, the player that the Miami Dolphins drafted number 5 overall? Right now, as it stands, you're looking at Fitzpatrick being that quarterback 1. So if you think it's going to be him, type RF. Or if you do think it's going to be Tua, if you're following the latest news, if you're following the latest rumors because you subscribe to our channel, maybe you're typing TT. The bottom line is this. Fitz, I think, has done an incredible job of being able to put Tua underneath his wing because even though last year he had a pretty solid season filling in for Josh Rosen, who continues to show that, well, he might not have ever been worth a top 10 pick. But Fitz, to me, has always been that player who is going to come in, he's going to sling it, but he's going to be a leader. And they need him to be a leader for Tua because when it comes to talent alone, I will say this. I do truly believe if Tua is able to stay healthy and we can look at a 10-year career, it would not surprise me whatsoever if he ends up being better than Joe Burrow. If we look 10 years from now saying, wow, imagine what the Bengals would have been like with Tua. However, he's with Miami, and I'm sure that y'all are very, very excited about that. I do want to show you this quote, though, on Tua about Ryan Fitzpatrick and his leadership. The saying goes true. It says, if you want to go somewhere fast, you go alone. And if you want to go somewhere with purpose, you bring people with you. I think Fitz has done a tremendous job of trying to shape and mold me, and Josh Rosen as well. It's pretty cool to go through the process with him. I love that quote because you can see Tua is really trying to learn from Ryan, and Ryan is trying to bring everyone along with him. Speaking of bringing everyone along with you, for a long time, okay, we've been trying to get to 2,000 subs. We are 40 short. So if you're a diehard Dolphins fan, and if you want extra content, guess what? All you got to do, go to the link that you see below, youtube.com/DolphinsNews, and I tell you all the time that we are an interactive channel. Well, guess what? If you want to get shown on screen, if you want a shout-out, go subscribe to the channel because I'm giving shout-outs to some of our most recent subscribers. Isaiah Bunn, I guess you didn't get the J memo because everyone else at sub, Jake, Jeffrey, Jonathan Jesus, and then Joe Castillo. Much love to all y'all. If you could please send this video, send this link to all your Dolphins fans, tell them to sub, and who knows, maybe you get a shout-out on the next video. Let's now go to the offensive line, the players that are going to be protecting either Tua or Ryan Fitzpatrick. The position that I really, really want to focus on is left tackle. So at first, I saw an article out there. It's like, who's going to be protecting Tua's blind side? I was like, well, you realize that Tua's a lefty, don't you? At least I sure do hope so. So you got Julien, Davenport, JD, or Austin Jackson. I want you to type AJ. Who's going to be that starting left tackle for this defense? Julien or Austin Jackson? First, I'm going to start off with Davenport, who, yes, I don't think has nearly as much athletic ability. And there is a reason why they went out and drafted Austin Jackson in the first round, 18 overall. And I watched Davenport, honestly, at Bucknell. I live 30 minutes away from there. He's a good left tackle. But let's face it, he's not as talented as Austin Jackson. And anytime a team goes out and spends high draft capital on a tackle, I anticipate them coming in. But let's get one thing straight. From an athletic ability standpoint, Jackson's incredible. He does still need to improve his footwork. Yes, he allowed 4 sacks last year, 9 quarterback pressures, and even though that was at USC in the Pac-12, you can see the raw athletic ability. I'm throwing him out there at left tackle, and I'm hoping he can do his best to either protect Fitz or he can do his best to go out there and protect Tua. Let's all go to the wide receiver position here. Devontae Parker, Preston Williams, no doubt wide receiver 1, wide receiver 2. But Albert Wilson, Allen Hurns, they opted out. So now that's thrown into the equation Jakeem Grant, Isaiah Ford, or even Gary Jennings Jr. So who's going to be that starting slot wide receiver? Who's going to be the wide receiver 3 that's going to be able to come in and be another option? We have Devontae Parker and Preston Williams, 2 very young and dynamic receivers. But you do need that slot receiver. So if you think it's going to be Jakeem Grant, type JG. Think it's going to be Isaiah Ford, give me an is. Or Gary Jennings Jr., type JG. First player I'm going to start here with is Jakeem Grant because he does right now have the lead in the battle. 27 years old. I think in terms of the best comp to Albert Wilson, it is Jakeem Grant. But if you're looking for a player who can also stretch the field and just open things up for Devontae Parker and Preston Wilson, that is also what Jakeem Grant does very well because you can't teach speed. Let's now go to Isaiah Ford, who, I'll say this, sleeper alert. because Ford has an opportunity in front of him. He was the wide receiver 3 last year for Miami the last 4 weeks because injuries hit other players. The reason why I'm saying, hey, watch out for this dude, he benefits from past experience in Chan Gailey's offense. And anytime you're looking at a weird offseason like we've had, look for players who just have a little bit of a foot up. And he definitely has a foot up over Gary Jennings Jr. This is a little bit more of a deep, deep sleeper, if you will. Played in only 1 game last year with the Seattle Seahawks. Also spent a little bit of time with the Miami Dolphins. 23 years old. The reason why I'm putting him there, because I know a lot of you are going to say, Mitch, he's 6'1", 216. What's he doing playing in the slot? Go watch his film at West Virginia. He played very, very well in the slot out of West Virginia. I'm going to give you this opportunity one more time. Holy shirts and pants. It's from Wedding Crashers. I'm a big movie fan. If y'all want to throw in the description some of your favorite movies, hey, I'm always about it. The reason why I'm showing you this deal, though, it is the deal of the day. 30% off. You get a t-shirt and pants for $34.99. You can save $15 because it is normally $50, but it is a limited time only. Go to chatsports.com/Dolphins combo. I will put that link in the comments, and it will be in the description. Make sure you're repping your favorite team because I'll tell you what, quarantine, it has ruined all my pajama pants, and I need some new ones. Let's now go to the last position here, and it's at the tight end. And no, this has nothing to do with Mike Gesicki. This has everything to do with who's going to be the backup tight end. Who's going to be the tight end that realistically just blocks a little bit more? Is it between Durham Smythe or Adam Shaheen? This is an interesting battle because the Miami Dolphins went out and traded for Adam Shaheen from the Chicago Bears. They gave up a 2021 7th-round pick for a former 2nd-round pick out of Ashland, which is a Division II college football program. I remember talking about Adam Shaheen a lot when he was first coming out, back when I used to do fantasy football videos, and I was like, he's a much stiffer version of Rob Gronkowski. He sort of runs like he's got something stuck in his you-know-where. But he is a big dude, and I think he's pretty good at blocking. But is he a better blocker and inline tight end than Durham Smythe, who at least knows the system? And if you were to ask me who's the more talented player, can't believe I'm going to say this, I'm going to go with Shaheen. But for the player that knows the system and perhaps knows their role better on the team, I'm going to give that one to Durham Smythe. So who's going to win the backup tight end battle? You think it's going to be Smythe? Type DS. You think it's going to be Adam Shaheen? Type AS. And since this is the ending of the video, if you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button. Please like it. And if I forgot anyone, well, hey, you can yell at me on Instagram or Twitter. I'm at MitchellRens365.